Divine greetings, beloveds. This is a week of illumined healing. In fact, you may be feeling things that you haven't felt in years. This is a time for us to rediscover, to reset, and reunite with aspects of ourselves that we have not had before, we haven't been in contact within ourselves for quite a while. So let's dive in. Welcome, beloveds. I am Tanya Melendez, creator of Chart and Soul Astrology, founder of Cosmic Nautics, and award-winning psychic medium. This is my favorite time of the year. Why? Because not only am I working with the energetics of astrology, I'm bringing in all that energy of wrapping up one year and coming into a new vibration. Now, I don't follow the Gregorian calendar, but I do follow the cycles and seasons. And this is why I'm so excited to share and announce that I will be the keynote speaker for the Witch Illumined book launch experience. This is an amazing event. You will be finding out more of this information and how you can sign up if you are part of the community. So make sure you are, so you don't miss a thing. Got so many amazing things, plus this amazing book that I am a part of. And I'll tell you more about that as we get closer and out of this Mercury retrograde. Beloveds, we've got 5 days more. But we also have Saturn coming out of retrograde, what I am so grateful for, because it has definitely been hitting me in my 10th house. And so this is another reason you've been seeing more of me, my being more visible, because Saturn is always tapping to make sure that you are in alignment. So let's dive into this week's astro alchemy. So first off, beloved, Venus, Venus, Venus. So if Libra, Taurus, you are feeling this energy, because this Venus vibe that we've been in for the last, I want to say quarter, Venus has really been activated. And this week, just like last week, is another one. Not only do we have a water trine with Venus, and there's Venus is connecting to Jupiter, which is in Cancer, and Scorpio. Last week it was a grand fire. This week it's a grand water. Then we have a cosmic kite. And as I said, we also have Saturn coming out of retrograde, as well as Mercury coming out of retrograde. So we'll feel this energy. Saturn, the taskmaster, why we feel always so oriented and need to get things done on our list on Saturday. That's because Saturn is ruling it. And so I like to share all of this again, so you start to understand how the planets and how they work and how you can start to embody them. So this week's alchemy: rediscover, reset, and even reflect. But also, this is a time for us to not only do that, but remember, we are wrapping up this year of the snake, moving into the year of the horse. And what that is, we're moving from shedding a skin to boldness, freedom, flow, intentional action, direction. And that's why I'm so excited that I will be sharing more about Cosmic Nautics with you. So you're not going to want to miss that. Why? Because this is how I show you how to use astrology, not just, this is my horoscope, but no, use all of the energy of astrology to support you in your wellness, as well as your wallet and your woo. And with this energy coming into 2026, with the fire horse energy, there's going to be alignment and big vision. This is why using this Mercury retrograde and all of this retrograde cycle and season has been so important, because there will still be 4 planets in retrograde, and I think 2 of them will carry us almost into the Chinese New Year, where that energy shifts from snake to horse. But before we get to all that, let's talk about what's happening now. So we've got a Mercury Venus meetup. We also have the moon and Mercury in a sextile, and this is like, they love to be together, right? So this is, better communication, talking to your beloveds, more emotional understanding. This is also more creative thinking and learning and education. But remember, don't start anything new. We've got 5 more days to wrap up this retrograde. But then we've got the Mercury with Venus. We've got Venus and Jupiter in a trine, and Venus and a Saturn in a trine. And like I said, by the weekend, there will be even the Jupiter, Scorpio, Venus, waxing moon in Pisces, and Venus, Uranus, Venus, Neptune. Like, Venus is doing her thing. So as I said, Libra, Taurus, you're feeling it. And so this is why I love sharing, you know, the energetics of astrology. So you're not just thinking, this is my horoscope, and looking at it from that, you know, it's, you know, I don't want to say a limited perspective, but there's so much more to astrology. And now that, you know, I'll be getting back into pursuing my degree in astrology, I'm so excited to dive into all these different aspects, including my favorite things like astro mapping and astrocartography, but more on that to come soon. So we also have the moon and Venus in a sextile, and so this is why you might be feeling more social, which is great for this week, as well as relationship building, exploring your creative, sensual side even, and, you know, really investing in self-care. And that's why, you know, when you do things that invest in self-care, it always pays you back in spades. So, you know, I always love to share the color astrology. Why? Because what I've noticed recently is that things are getting very monochromatic. And, you know, you even starting to see me wearing more colors, right? Because things have been getting so just monochromatic, and we need more color in our lives. And so this is why I love to share the color astrology. So I'm just going to tap in really briefly for this week so you can see how these colors then progress and how the colors activate different things within us. So today's energy is dry rose, and the words here are profound, exotic, committed. How this color benefits you. So again, try to wear it. I'm wearing it on my lips even. This color benefits you by supporting your compassionate side and allowing you to handle responsibilities with ease. And so this color again brings out a giving nature. And then for tomorrow we have mauve orchid, and it says hero, idealistic, persuasive, and then we have valerian. I love this color, and it is exciting, powerful, unique. And then, beloveds, by Thursday we start to move from pink and rose into this thistle down, going into the blue, and this is exciting, prophetic, dynamic. And then argan, which is communicator, sharp, quick-witted. And then the last day of Mercury retrograde, thank Goddess, is here it is a lavender violet, and it says imaginative, builder, visionary. And then November 30th, Saxony blue, writer. This is the writer vibe. And then into December. But the reason I want to show you those colors is because you see we move from this rose to blue, and what part of that activates us. And so, as I said, there's so much more to astrology than you know. So go back over this video and look at how, I know I only showed them for a moment because we want that first, you know, emotional response, connecting to your sensory self, like immediately, not looking at it, thinking, but the first thing. So go back, look at those throughout the rest of the week, see how they feel in your body. And if those are your birthdays, take even a deeper peek. That's why I wanted to show you the page. So go ahead and screenshot it. So lots of love, lots of energy, lots of light this week, and lots of glow up. So I can't wait to share with you some more things that are coming up, including the Cosmic Nautics digital playbook. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that as well. And so many amazing things. Time to get your year ahead, beloveds. You're gonna wanna know how to use this horse energy. It is big movement energy. It is not time. That's why we had to shed the skin. That's why we're in this retrograde, to get rid of all of the old. This is a time to, as I said at the beginning, reveal. This is an illuminating time for us. So it's reveal. It is, review, reset, rediscover, reunite. It is time, beloved. The skin has got to go. Ashe. Until next time, keep shining.